In the astrology of January 10th, we have some very interesting energy today as the Sun in Capricorn reaches a square with the North Node in Aries. This is going to cause us, and this is the waning square, so this is going to cause us to essentially have to reflect on the way we need to alter our direction, the way that we need to move in harmony with our destiny. Basically, there is some adjustment we're going to need to make on our path, and it might even be the grandest part of the plan that we have itself. And at the same time, the destination that we're heading towards might be the same, but we might need to adjust kind of the direction that we're headed to that location in. And then to top that off, we also have Venus in a semi-square, aka an octile, with Pluto. So while this is happening, a lot of people are going to have very strong opinions about where we're going and what we're doing, the way that we're getting there. And it's kind of interesting because while you have to make these big decisions, often it's really helpful to have people that, kind of are in your corner. But what you might be experiencing is a lot of people with differing ideas, maybe trying to get you to stick with what you've been doing, maybe trying to tell you to go in this entirely different direction. So you're going to have to use your discernment. Your discernment is going to be incredibly important today. For Capricorn today, you are essentially going to be a creator of change. The change that you set into motion is going to be very intense for yourself and for other people. It's going to be hard to put into words exactly, but you know that you're going to need to change and that this change is very necessary for you. As well as Aquarius, your shift today is going to be a lot more about how you're thinking about change, how you're communicating with change, how it is that you're almost like conceptualizing what you need to do next. And so there's kind of a great deal of changing the way that you're thinking, and most specifically changing the way that you're talking about what you're going to do next, and sort of how you're experiencing that. For Pisces, I think for a lot of you, this is going to be about just getting a little bit more realistic, is setting your goals and grounding them in reality a little bit. Maybe your feelings about how you're going to feel once you reach a certain goal, or basically once you reach the place that the North Node is pointing you towards. Maybe there's just a lot of feeling around that, and things need to start almost sort of shift a little bit into what it is that you're actually doing each and every day to get to the place that you want to get. For Aries today, you're going to feel as though you're kind of the epicenter of a lot of adjustments in people's lives. People around you are going to be asking you for advice, and you didn't necessarily plan for them to do so. People are going to essentially need your support or encouragement, or conversely, they're going to need a little bit of tough love from you. So you're going to feel like you're in this position of power you didn't actually ask for today. And so it's very important, the advice that you give to others, it has a lot of ripple effects. It's going to create a lot of ripples. For Taurus today, there's part of you that's going to need to adjust a little bit with understanding that other people's points of view are very necessary. And it's not so much about dismissing what it is that you think, but it's about hearing out what other people kind of have in mind, or their visions as well, in the way that you can co-create things with other people. So it's very important today. For Gemini, this is going to be really intense, especially in the realm of relationships. Relationships, they are going to be your bread and butter as far as how it is that you're not only necessarily reaching your goals, but it's just going to require a lot of teamwork to get to where you want to go. And at the same time, it's not just relationships, but your friendships as well. Other people are going to be a big part of your journey right now. Maybe this entire last year has been all about how you have needed to do certain things yourself, how you've needed to figure out certain things yourself. Well, this year, 2024, in a lot of ways is going to require that you lean on other people and that you ask for help. For Cancer, this is going to be very much about romantic relationships. This is about whether you're already in one, and there's almost like it's almost like when people do vow renewals, and they need to almost reaffirm something. You're going to either be deepening the relationships that you're in, or at the very least be called to, or when it comes to relationships that you're considering being in, or finding love, this is going to be a very important part of your journey this year. And this Sun square North Node is a big part of that. We're kind of being teed up here at the very beginning to really reassess our goals. And so it kind of works in a perfect timeline with, what a lot of people do, New Year's resolutions. Well, this is kind of like something that the universe has set up that kind of matches that energy. For Leo, this is going to be it's going to be a lot different. What we're going to experience this year is very much being called to move more instinctually and move more intuitively, and especially today, to really listen to what your instincts are calling out to do. If they are saying don't go to that meeting, or if they are saying like go talk to that person, listen to what they're saying. It's incredibly important. For Virgo, I think that today you are called to really take things easy, relax, have fun, focus on fun being the engine that takes you places above necessarily being trying to meticulously plan each and every part of what it is that you're doing. For Libra, this is very much about your family. This is about really listening to what your family's input is. It's not the same as necessarily agreeing with them or doing what it is that they want you to do, but it means really listening to their input and where they're coming from. For Scorpio, this is going to be about your speech. It's going to be about really making declarations. When you know where it is that you're going, what it is that you want to do, especially in the near future here, and especially today, it's important to speak that out loud and just sort of watch the radiant power that the universe sort of gives to you when you're willing to make declarations, especially from the state of I am, the state of here is what I am going to do. And lastly, Sagittarius, you have so much energy that is teed up today to be incredibly successful, but you have to allow yourself to almost allow your passion to actually flow outwards rather than reassessing everything, like a Virgo might be dealing with today. Rather than trying to meticulously plan each part, allowing some of your joy to flow forward and allowing yourself to express what it is that you actually want and actually desire. So for all of us today, today's a big day to be passionate, loving, and very forthright with what it is that we feel and what it is that we want. So I hope that this has helped you guys out, and I will talk to you all tomorrow.